Okay, we're live on Facebook now for reals this time. Uh, YouTube is still not going live. Okay, YouTube is live now, and we're just waiting for Twitch. That is always lagging behind. So we can get
Yeah,
started.
always.
We can get started while Twitch can catch up during the salutations and stuff.
All right. Well, hey, everybody, welcome back to R0b0t. Of course, I'm Carlos Charlie, and I'm here with Shinke Day. Right now, we're together because we're going to talk about the 2020 nominees of video games.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so we're going to have our own opinions, our chats, and see what we think about the nominees. And so far, how do you feel about this, man?
It is a weird year because I don't think the nominees are really that strong compared to other years.
Yeah.
But it's just results of the result of the year that we're living in. But regardless, it's actually pretty cool the fact that we can, even with all the shit that's going on, we can just sit down and watch and celebrate gaming and celebrate creators and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah. No, that's extremely true, man. Everything that's going on right now, we can actually still enjoy and celebrate the passion of gaming, obviously. So that's pretty cool. I'm still glad that this is going on, even though I doubt they're going to have any how do you say it, like a live go live with performance and casts and all that. It's going to be all online, obviously, or streaming, or whatnot. So at least we can still do that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, at least we can still have fun, and it seems to be that it's going to be a really fun show.
Right.
Jeff Keighley, he's been pretty much, in my opinion, he's been the savior of gaming this year. He's been
Hmm.
putting up shows. He's been doing really cool stuff all year long, and he's putting up a really good show. He got the London Orchestra to play for the event, and they're building like a safe place to do the show and all that. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be a really fun show. And yeah, as I mentioned, just the fact that we can sit down and celebrate gaming and celebrate the people that makes games, I think that's plus we had the launch of consoles this year, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. Just good to like chill out for a little bit.
Yeah, because if you think about it, I mean, the Xbox Series X and the PS5 were the first consoles to be birthed during the pandemic, so that's kind of an interesting way to see how those came out.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's going to be a fun show. It's going to be a fun show. The games themselves, I do feel that the quality of the games was affected by everything that happened. After probably like mid year from like April onward, we didn't see that many strong games.
Yeah.
Probably a couple games just that came out that were strong. Also, the fact that there was no E3, there was no like big event going on, and well, also the launch of the consoles that pushed back a lot of games.
Right, right.
Uh, when it comes to the actual quality of the nominations, I don't think it's the strongest to it yet. I think 2017 was probably the best or the strongest year, the most complicated year in my opinion. But still, some of the nominees are really really good, and some are going to be interesting at least in my point of view. I don't know about you, what you're gonna think about, and there is a lot of categories for esports, so I don't know. I don't think we will go through those, right? I don't even know
Esports,
those guys.
I'm not really an esports guy. I mean, probably the closest thing to esports is pretty much like what's it called, the Capcom Street Fighter tournament, stuff like that. But
Mhm.
everything else, not really. So
Yeah, and the thing is, to be honest, I don't even I just skimmed through the categories, and I don't even know half of the guys that were nominated. So yeah, I think we can skip
yeah,
those.
me neither. Yeah, me neither. So I mean, we'll probably just skip that and wish them the best. I mean, they must be nominated for a reason, right? They must be good at what they do. But I'm not really into the games that are in the esports at the moment. So maybe in the future, who knows?
All right, then without further ado, let's get the voting going. It is weird because they are starting actually with the very first category to vote on is the Game of the Year award.
Mhm.
It is the very first category to vote on, and it's gonna. I mean, you're like shutting your load at the very beginning, I think, but but yeah, I don't think that the Game Awards people was thinking about the streamers streaming this live, so whatever. Okay, so what we have nominated for Game of the Year, well, let's go through them and then we'll talk about it.
Okay.
First we have Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
Then we have Final Fantasy VII Remake,
Hmm.
Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing New Horizons, and The Last of Us Part 2. So before we go into what the game of the year is for each one, what do you think about the nominees? Do you think uh, they are uh, they are a good representation of the game of the year?
Uh, Actually, pretty much, yeah. I mean, I think there's some games that are left out. It's funny because when I see the games here, I played each one of them except for Hades because I think Hades is on a PC, and I haven't had a chance to do some PC gaming this year.
Mhm.
But every other game on here I've played, and some of these games seem very like mainstream. Like they already won awards. There are people that already like these.
Mhm.
Um, but I mean, I played besides Hades, I played all of them. Well, Animal Crossing, I played on my wife's account, so because
Mhm.
she has it on her Switch, and I see her play all the time. Relaxing game, really. But I mean, it is a strong list. I do agree because if you think about it, it's pretty much throughout the whole year. Because I think
Mhm.
Doom Eternal and Final Fantasy came out in April. April or April or May, right? I
Yeah,
think because that's when
March and April.
yeah, because those I remember I was working from home because of the pandemic just came out. So these two games I played a lot of because I was working from home.
Mhm.
So those games kind of made like my how do you say it? They made my staying at home better because I was playing those games back to back, and I
Mhm.
mean those were awesome games. And Tsushima that like supposedly closed the PS4 generation with a bang. The game is
Mhm.
freaking awesome. I love that game. Sucker Punch opened it and close that generation. So that's pretty, how do you say, historic for me. They'll leave a mark in gaming.
Mhm.
Um, like Hades, I haven't played it. Animal Crossing, that game also came out at the same time Doom Eternal came out, and that helped. I heard that helped a lot of people cope with what was going on in that
Mhm.
in that time because I mean you're like an island building your own thing. It's all happy. There's no end game. It's all happy people with animals, and it's a very relaxing and happy game. Last of Us Part Two is the most controversial one on this list, and you know how I feel about that game. I think that game
Yeah.
is it. I really enjoyed it, but it received so much backlash. And if the game really sucked, then it wouldn't be part of a nominee, right? So
Yeah.
I know you have more input on that one. So what do you think?
Okay. Well, I also, except for one game on this list, I do agree to each one. I actually would have swapped one game for another.
Mhm.
Um, Doom Eternal, yes, I do think it's a worthy game of the year nominee. I think it built up upon Doom's 2016 base, and in my opinion, is one of the best first-person shooters ever made. It is really fun
Mhm.
to play, very kinetic, very wait, wait, wait. What
What's
are you
that?
doing? I My browser just did something funny. Anyways,
Oh,
that's
okay.
like
Oh, I see it. I see it.
yeah, I pressed the key by mistake, but that's fine.
Okay.
Nothing embarrassing. Uh,
Oh, Matt. It's all good.
uh, all right, yeah. So yeah, it was a really fun game to play.
Mhm.
Um, and I think we will see a new breed of first-person shooters built on the basis of Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
Um, I do think is the best Doom of all the series, to be honest. Controversial take, but yeah, I to me that's a worthy Game of the Year nominee. Final Fantasy VII Remake, taking aside all of the criticism
Yeah, the
from the
nuances
fan
and everything.
base.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, as I explained the other day, when it comes to the Final Fantasy fan base, the game is not that really well cherished because they
Hmm.
took some decisions with the story and stuff like that they didn't agree with, that
Hmm.
many people didn't agree with. As After like going through those points And seeing that point of view, I do kind of agree, but I really don't think the game is less because of them. So yeah, to me, as I mentioned it when we talked about the game on a previous stream when it came out, I do think it's a very strong game. I do think is worthy of the nomination. It is a very well made game. It has some technical issues that I actually do dislike a lot, but
Right, right.
those are things that can be fixed. In fact, I am just waiting for the inevitable PS5 re-release or some stuff like that
Sure.
from Square Enix. And Ghost of Tsushima, as you mentioned it better than you said it better than me, it was I think Sony Sucker punched us with that
Dude,
game.
dude,
I
yeah. It's so left field, man. When I've seen like the first teasers of this, I was like, "Oh, it looks cool." Man, when I
Mhm.
played it, it blew me away. But yeah, sorry.
No, that's all right. I was actually gonna say the same thing. The teasers and trailers and stuff. I like Japanese stuff. I like Japanese historical things, and I like samurai. So I had some level of excitement about the game, but not like hype. I wasn't
Yeah,
hyped about it. I was just like, oh,
yeah,
this is gonna be a cool game. In general, I do like Soccer Punch games. I like Infamous Second Son. I liked it a lot, but I didn't expect the level of polish, care, love, and quality that this Ghost of Tsushima has. So so yeah, to be honest, to me it is a strong contender to Game of the Year, and it's probably uh, the best one of the best closing games or generation closing games that we've seen
yeah.
in a while.
That's
And remember, the last generation we had Bioshock Infinite and we had Grand Theft Auto 5. So
oh yeah,
it is up there with those games. So I do think. Plus, it's a game. It keeps on giving, keeps on giving. Sucker Punch
yeah.
keep releasing content and stuff like that. Playing it on PS5
Got it.
is a. It actually feels like a next gen game on PS5.
Goodness.
So.
Yeah, I mean to add to that, I think a few days ago I installed it on my PS5. I upped the performance, and my goodness, it looked beautiful. There's some details I did not even know.
Hmm.
Like for example, when you do the wind guidance, when you're lost and there's a wind path that you take. I noticed all the debris in that wind path was way more clear. The colors were more lush. It's like, damn. Actually, I wanted to play a new game plus probably because I wasn't planning to because I don't have the time. But it looks like a next gen game, man. It looked really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and just imagine the level of quality that we'll expect from the next game from these guys.
Mhm.
Um, when it comes out, like it's exclusively made for PS5. So it is an awesome game. Hades, I played a lot of Hades, but I played a lot of Hades on 2018, 2019 when it came out on early access on PC. I actually
Yeah.
streamed it a lot. Actually streamed a bunch of it, and
Right.
it's good. I do agree with the Game of the Year nomination. I do not think
Okay.
it can win. I do not think it should win.
Hmm.
But I do agree with the nomination. Super Giant Games, they need to be recognized for all the work they've done. They've done some of the most beautiful games. I've said it on stream time and time again that I love the games these guys pull out. I have a full playthrough of Transistor on my personal YouTube channel,
Oh yeah.
and I didn't I gushed about like how much I love the games from these guys. I am a super fan of Super Giant Games. Uh, and Hades is the best game they've done yet. It has a really fun combat. It has a really good story, really deep story, which is weird for a roguelike game.
Yeah.
But it's really well written. It has awesome performances by the voice actors. Awesome music as always. These guys always nail it with the music. But it's still, I do not think it is up there with some of the other games that are nominated as Game of the Year, but it is an awesome game and I highly recommend it. In fact, it is right now released on Switch, so you can download it on Switch, and
Oh, okay.
I advise you to do that. And it will come out on PlayStation and Xbox too, and I think by December. So
Nice, man. All right, I didn't know that.
so yeah,
I'll probably download it then.
you should download it. It is
Yeah.
a really fun game. Okay, now this is my hot take and my everybody. I don't know how much people understand my bias towards Nintendo. I don't like Nintendo.
Mm.
I don't like Nintendo. I don't like Nintendo products. But the only as I mentioned when the Switch came out, I do like the Switch as a console. As a console, I do like the Switch. I think it's a fun console, and it is my RPG machine. When I'm working or something, I just grab it and play my RPGs there.
Yeah.
Same goes with 3DS and stuff, but I don't like Nintendo games. I mentioned 2017 when Mario Odyssey came out. That's like the exception to the rule. The only game that I really love, and to this day I defend that game
Oh
because
yeah.
I do really think Mario Odyssey is a really well done game. Breath of the Wild didn't captivate it as much as other people did. Captivated me as much as other people did. I never understood why people like Animal Crossing so much. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna crush it because we're not. I don't want to be negative. Just understand I don't like Animal Crossing. I don't understand why people like it. So I would have taken this away. Honestly, to me, this game, I won't say if it was my show, I wouldn't have nominated them. Now, I understand what they nominated them. I understand that it's a game that had a huge impact, which I disagree to because
Mhm.
I think impact is not. It should not be the only thing why you should nominate a game. You should also nominate it for its technical merits, for its artistical merits, and also for how fun the game is. I understand that people that like it have fun with it.
Mhm.
That's very subjective. So I throw that to the air. If people have fun, fine with me. It doesn't push boundaries technologically speaking.
No.
It has some really shitty uh, uh, tra- what is it practices like locking down the game to one console per user and stuff like that. And Nintendo has some of the shittiest practices, and they hate their fan base. So I don't like rewarding Nintendo. That's my
Mhm.
personal bias. And now I'm gonna throw that aside.
I think they changed that. You could actually move your island to another console. I think they changed that.
All right. Well,
But other than that, I don't think it'll change your opinion. But yeah, I think they changed that.
oh yeah, yeah. That's a drop on the ocean
I
of
figured.
on
Yeah,
the
of course.
ocean of hatred towards Nintendo. So yeah, to me, that the game doesn't do anything that other games don't do,
Mhm.
and people like like it a lot because it is a Nintendo game. So yeah, to me, I wouldn't have nominated Animal Crossing. I would have nominated Half-Life Alyx instead.
Mhm.
Because I do think that game is more important to the industry completely than Animal Crossing.
Yeah, yeah.
I do understand about the impact and how he's helping people cope and stuff like that, but I can say the same about many games.
Mhm.
For example, Final Fantasy is a game that is here. Final Fantasy is a game that has made me close to a community of people that I talk to on a daily basis. That we hang out and we talk about fun things about Final Fantasy and stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, probably like I'm not on the console playing the game with other people, but like that game has brought me closer to people. Ghost of Tsushima, like we played a bunch a few weeks ago together with some friends and stuff like that. So to me, it also the that like us helping people cope is not a strong point to me. So yeah. And yeah, I'm gonna move over because I don't want to be overly negative. I know people's gonna hate me because people love Nintendo.
Yeah, yeah,
Come
yeah.
at me,
Of
come at
course,
me,
of course.
come at me. I don't like Nintendo. I don't like Nintendo. Of the three companies, this is the company that I dislike the most. But anyways, let's move over to The Last of Us. Again, as I say it every time that I talk about this game, I made a 4-hour review. So
Mhm.
yeah, I like this game a lot, and I do think this game, in fact, on a negative way, it sparks the same type of. It sparked a lot of conversation.
Oh yeah, tons.
um, I think it helped some people to understand things in a different way, and it was a very bold product. Um, you might like or dislike the story for whatever reason, but it is, we cannot deny that they took a huge gamble. I do think it paid off.
Yeah,
Uh, it is sad to see that even the fan base is that this Last of Us fan base was just like ripped apart and divided and split on the middle, and um, it still sold really well. So I don't think this game is the end of the franchise. I do think they can still make one more game and it will sell really well.
okay.
Uh, and well, when it comes to the artistic merits and everything else, I think the game is flawless. It has some. some of the most impressive motion capture, animation, cinematics. The gameplay is not probably revolutionary. It's probably like very uh, a very common type of gameplay. It is not innovative at all, but I do think is really well polished and is very fun to play. It's a fun game to play, and has of course also amazing music. For the hardware that is running on, the game looks amazing, and also I'm expecting to see either a PS5 version or a PS5 patch or something like that
Yeah.
eventually, and I cannot wait to see it playing at 60 frames per second and better light and stuff like that. So yeah, those are my thoughts. So with that, what do you choose as your game of the year? So we can cast our vote.
I choose for game of the year. I'm
Mm-hmm.
between Eternal, Final Fantasy, and Tsushima. I'm between those three.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had to pick something between those three, I have to pick something that was most impactful,
Mm-hmm.
something that I had the most fun with. I had fun with all games, but each game is a different theme. Doom was awesome. It was a first-person shooter.
Mm-hmm.
It was challenging, but it was satisfying. Final Fantasy. I mean, since I played the old Final Fantasy, it was only a part of it. I mean, it sucked that I was all in Midgar, but it did a good job on how do you say it on creating enough content in that one world. But I need more of it. I really need more of it to see where it's going. Uh, and Tsushima, that game was just freaking awesome, man. I spent most of the time taking pictures. Instead of playing the game. And also, one of my coworkers, one of my friends, also Lance, man. Each day we would talk about like how far we got in Tsushima and stuff, and we would like, and we'll talk about like what he did and what I did on certain parts. Did you do it honorably? Meaning, did you hit a place samurai or did you hit a place like an assassin? So I'm gonna go with Tsushima, man. That's gonna be my game of the year, actually. Go with Tsushima.
All right. With that being said, I'm gonna cast our vote for Animal Crossing New Horizons. Uh,
Right,
no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I actually do agree. I do agree because
right.
Tsushima is the best
I
game
mean,
of the year.
Last of Us Part Two, it was awesome too, man. I really enjoyed it. But damn, dude, it's just Tsushima is just I don't know. I mean, it's just beautiful. It was poetry. Even the
Mm-hmm.
parts where you do the haiku and it did like the
Mm-hmm.
screenshots, very it was artistic.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
and not, well, Last of Us Part Two, it had some artistic stuff. You know, like what's it called the cinematography, but nothing
Mm-hmm.
like this. So yeah.
My only when it came to me, my three choices were Doom Eternal, Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us. At the
Mhm.
very end, I was deciding on between Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima, and I do think The Last of Us is a game that will be talked about more
Yeah.
on the future because I do think it has a lot of impact. But I do think the Ghost of Tsushima has a lot of impact too, and
Hmm.
it's going to spark a lot. It's going to spark more change in the industry on a positive way than The Last of Us, because The Last of Us. The message that they tried to convey was too negative, and they did
Yeah.
cause a lot of, which is fine. It is good. Actually, I do think it's good
Yeah. It caught
to.
a lot of flack. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like splitting, having the people talk negatively about something and criticize to the level it did. Uh, it is an interesting conversation because it can help this industry mature. But I think
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima achieved something similar without being overly negative and without
Yeah.
everybody hating it and without anyone getting death threats.
That's true. That's true. Good point. Good point.
All right. Okay. So we have some. This is going to be probably the more in depth conversation because it's the most important category.
Mhm.
Some of the other categories, we some of the games we didn't even play them, so we'll go fast through them. But yeah, let's move on to the next category.
Let's do it. All right.
But yeah, Ghost of Tsushima Game of the Year, and I do have a strong feeling it will be Game of the Year. All right.
You got
To me, actually, if you go to best game direction, that's how it should have looked like.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. So the best the nominees for the best game direction is Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life Alex, and The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, bro, the
All
best
right.
gaming direction, outstanding creative vision, and man, you know what? I only wish I would have played Half Life Alex because I think I would have said that one,
Mm-hmm.
dude. To be
Mm-hmm.
honest, because I saw you play that game, and my God, how immersive that was! Even like loading the clip and how you get your weapon, that was so cool. But I saw it through your stream, so I don't know if I could qualify to vote for that. Could I? Or does that have to be games that we played?
If you think that you understood the direction of the game, yeah, watching it is good enough.
Okay.
Because remember part of the experience is what also you perceive through your like listening and watching, not only playing. So
Hmm.
if the game or the director conveyed a message what through what you played, I mean through what you watched, that's good. I do
No.
think it's valid. I do think it's valid to vote based on only watching a stream.
Yeah, dude, I do. I mean, and plus, I'm a huge fan of Half Life, man. I was raised off those games in the past, dude. And see you
Mhm.
playing Alex, man, it just resurrected some of the nostalgia of Half
Mhm.
Life, which I don't know if we're gonna even get a sequel because this was a prequel to
Mhm.
that. So I wish there's a sequel and more of this type of of direction of gameplay for Half Life. So
Mhm.
I would say that one, dude. That one's so cool.
All right. I think you should the goal for next year should be to get you into PCVR, man, because you need to play it just to play this game.
Sure,
All,
sure. No, I believe that. I believe that.
uh, uh,
Definitely.
as for me, actually, this category is a little bit more complicated than Game of the Year.
Mhm.
Besides Final Fantasy VII Remake, because I think the biggest flaws on this game are actually directorial.
Yeah.
For example, the issues with the story, the issues with the pacing, and all of that, those are on the directorial team. So to me, it doesn't have a strong game direction.
By the way,
Everything, yeah, go.
Sergio says, I'm calling it out right now. Hades will sweep most categories. Sergio.
Yeah, I don't know. I have conflicting feelings because I love that game, but I don't think it will. I don't think it will.
Let's
But
see,
yeah,
Sergio. Let's see if you're right, buddy.
if it does, Sergio, if it does, I'll be very happy. I hope I'm proven wrong. I hope that I'm proven wrong because
Right.
I love Supergiant Games. This is one of my top 10 game developers ever, honestly. And these guys, honestly, the next game they make is gonna kick ass. Like it's gonna be
Oh
an
yeah.
absolute
Yeah.
ball buster. But right now, I think they're still just one step below. I mean, you are comparing Hades with The Last of Us and Half-Life Alex.
Yeah, that's a totally different different
Mhm.
bar. I don't know, but it just depends.
To me, okay. Now, saying that, yeah, from the four remaining, Hades, as just as I actually answering that question, I kind of talked about that. It has the weaker of the direction. Um, and the funny thing is, I was playing this game through early access, so I saw like behind the curtain of the game,
Mhm.
and I saw a lot of things. Many of the things the changes that they made to the game was based on the fan feedback,
Yeah.
which is good. Again, don't take this as a negative, but we're talking about like the director, the person in charge of the game.
Right.
Yeah, it took a lot of input from other people, so I don't think it was only his vision, but the vision of the whole community, which built again a very strong game.
Mhm.
But again, it is not. We are not the game director, so yeah, I saw more of the flaws of this game, where I played this game when it wasn't that good. So it was really heartwarming to see it grow and see it like becoming beloved. So in the end, but still it has very very strong direction. It's between these four. In the end, when I had to pick between the last three, it was when it comes complicated. I do think The Last of Us 2 has the strongest direction.
Mhm.
It has a stronger direction than Half-Life Alex. The only thing about Half-Life Alex is Half-Life Alex is a gender defining game. The
Mhm.
problem with Half-Life Alex is that it is locked down on VR.
Yeah.
But it is if we it is Half-Life Alex is what Half-Life 2 is to PC
Mhm.
gaming, and Half-Life is to PC gaming. to VR. It is that good. It is that good.
I believe
And
that.
The Last of Us 2 is not, but it has The Last of Us 2 has the strongest direction because they had a vision, they stuck to it. They told the story. It resonated with a lot of people. It resonated with me. Uh, some people did not, and some people had issues with the writing and whatnot and the direction. Um, Half-Life Alyx doesn't have none of that divisiveness besides the fact that it's VR and people like to complain. So in this case, I am going to actually agree with you, and I'm gonna go with Half-Life Alyx too.
So awesome, dude! I can't wait to ever play that. Probably next year, but yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah. No, yeah. Once you get to the ending, it has my favorite ending of all of the year. Let's put it that way.
Nice. And Sergio says, Hades, so it's an awesome game, man. They deserve the win. So Sergio's really strong with that.
And I hope so. I hope I'm proven wrong. Honestly, I hope I'm proven wrong. But is that I think it's just one step behind. I think next game they make, they'll definitely will be getting my vote on a lot of these categories.
Also,
There's one category though that I don't know. I will get there. Yeah, what are you saying?
Sergio says also the thing is Half-Life Alyx was not really out there. The release was limited to people that actually had VR set. Yeah, of course, it's a technical wonder, but I think it's so broad reach might hinder their possibilities.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The thing is, it is locked down to the VR platform, but the thing is, it doesn't change the fact that the game it is a genre defining game. It is a VR defining game. If once I am very positive that once Sony figures out VR on PS5, they're gonna put this game on PlayStation VR
Oh, they'll exploit
2
that.
or
They'll exploit the
whatever.
hell out of that. Yeah.
If that happens, it's gonna reach a broader audience. If they can somehow work it out and make it available on Quest or something like that, it will reach even a broader audience. And other games, actually, there are games that came out afterwards. There are games that were about to came out around the same time of Half-Life Alyx. They had to be
Yeah.
reworked to be more like Half-Life Alyx. It's that good.
Yeah.
It is again the biggest thing that I can tell you is it is what Half-Life 1 and 2 were to PC gaming back in the day for VR.
Damn.
So and the Half-Life is like the seminal game. It's one of the most important games ever made.
Yeah, of course, man.
All
Definitely
right,
broke the bridge on that.
all right. But just one thing. This wasn't directed by Gabe Newell. It was directed by the original Half-Life team, but not Gabe Newell. He wasn't involved in it at all.
Mm.
All right. So best narrative. Okay. The nominees for best narrative we have 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and The Last of Us Part 2. Okay, so what are your thoughts about this?
Let me see. Hold on. The best narrative came for some reason didn't update that. Let's see. 13 Sentinels. I haven't played that. I heard about that actually from the group. It was on sale or something, and that title came up. I haven't played that, so I can't really, I can't really get into that. Final Fantasy VII. The only thing is that the narrative has been done already, kinda, and they're flipping it. So I mean, it's not how do you say? It's not unique because it's a remake. I mean, so I don't know about that one. Tsushima. I did like the narrative about honor and how you could be if you're so. I mean, I remember what's it called when you talk to his uncle at the end before. Well, no spoilers. I almost spoiled something. I'm not going to spoil it, but I remember what's his name, Jin, or what's his name, the
Jin,
main character.
yeah, Jin.
Um, I remember him and his uncle were always talking about honor, and like his uncle was like, "You don't have no honor," and then he's like, "Oh, you're a slave to it," It's like, like whoa, and it was true. It was like he was only dedicated to one thing that he was pretty much a slave to it, and I just like the fact that he was honorable, and then the main character was not static. He kind of changed throughout the whole game. I did like the story on that one, so that one's cool. Hades, damn it, I didn't play it. I mean, I know Sergio is gung ho about that one. But and then we got Last of Us Part 2. So I have 3 games I could talk about instead of 5 that are up here. So I'm only down to 3. I'm not going to do Final Fantasy because I said it's not original. They're
Mhm.
taking a story that's long time ago, original story, and they're kind of changing things. They're going to flip it. So the narrative there, I mean, it's not new. I already said about Ghost of Tsushima. Last of Us Part Two. That narrative was crazy. I liked it. I
Mhm.
did like the writing on that one.
Mhm.
Um, damn. The thing is, the storytelling for Last of Us Part Two was way more complex than Ghost of Tsushima, for sure. It was
Mhm.
way more complex. There
Yeah.
was a lot of the characters went through changes. My goodness, it has to be Last of Us Part Two, dude. I don't even know why I'm actually how do you say it? Comparing to any of these. I mean,
Mhm.
besides for 13 Sentinels and Hades, I don't know their stories. But yeah, it has to go to Last of Us Part 2, man. It was a goddamn roller coaster of emotions, of everything that was going on, the choices the characters have made through the story. And you don't know what the hell is going to happen after due to that ending. So,
Mhm.
yeah, to me, it has to be Last of Us Part 2, man, for sure.
All right. Now, for my end, 13 Sentinels is a game I haven't played. I have heard a lot about it. I have seen the stories and stuff like that. It is
Mm.
very persona-like. It is actually very similar the story to
Okay.
Trails of Cold Steel and that type of
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
More elaborated into like a post-apocalyptic. It has a very strong storytelling, but it's also very anime. Even though
Mhm.
I do like anime, but I think that's more of a handicap than a pro.
Like
Uh, the,
JRPG?
no, it is not JRPG. That's the thing. I haven't played it because it has a gameplay style that I don't like.
Ah, I see. I see.
It is
Okay.
more of a graphic novel with some thrown in battles. For what I've seen, the game does have a very strong story, and it has a very strong cast of characters.
Okay.
Uh, but I cannot talk about it because I haven't played it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So unfortunately, it probably has one of the best stories ever.
I know, right?
Uh,
And we missed it.
yeah, I'll never know because I'm not gonna play it. I don't like graphic novels. So, anyways, Final Fantasy VII. I also discarded not because of the being a remake, because you could have done some, and they tried. You could have done some interesting things with the remake approach, and they could have done it, but I think they did it the worst way possible.
And
Things for
plus,
things for
and we don't know yet. We don't know what's going to happen after. I mean, you know
ex-
what I mean?
exactly. That's what I said. What I said on our Games of the Generation podcast.
Right.
This game I think is gonna be better or it's gonna be worse, depending on what happens on the sequels.
There you
So
go.
things like, for example, this is the only thing that I can openly criticize and agree with the community is, for example, the plot ghost. Those were stupid. Honestly, those were stupid. So I don't think they can be. Square should not be rewarded for that plot device. Ghost of Tsushima has a very cool story, a very cool
Mhm.
writing, very strong writing. And it is pretty much a Chambara movie, like Akira Kurosawa's
Yeah, exactly.
like an Akira Kurosawa's movies. It is just like it has the enough cheesiness and enough artistry and enough a story to feel like one of those Akira Kurosawa classic movies. So the only thing is the story itself. It's in my end, and I'm gonna sound overly negative, but it's because I'm building up to the best.
Mhm.
Um, it was very forgettable. So there are a lot of things about the story that I don't really remember. I do remember
Okay.
the whole, of course, I do remember the whole themes of honor and all that.
Mhm.
Um, and in some regards, it is as strong as narrative in Yakuza and the Yakuza games. It kind of feels
Oh,
like
there you
that.
go.
It kind of
Hmm.
feels like
Hmm.
that. But I don't think that themes and topics are very like important.
Hmm.
They are like blockbuster movie. Like it's like a movie. It
Hmm.
has it has a story that sounds deeper than it actually is.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I now not that I'm saying that it's bad. It is really fun, really interesting, and of course drives the very beautiful game through. And as you mentioned, it is very artistic, and
Yeah.
the performance by the cast is just badass.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
Hades is a very interesting case. I want to elaborate further because I haven't finished the narrative.
Yeah. I have no idea on that game. I need to
Uh,
play it.
but the only thing that I can tell you is the biggest merit of Hades is the fact that they build up a story, a really strong cast of characters, equivalent, for example, to 13 Ages. Think about Persona, think about Trails of Cold Steel. That type of characters of a cast on a roguelike game, a game that every time that you play it is different. So they
Okay.
build up over that foundation. That's incredibly difficult. I think that was the toughest part the team had to deal with based on the early access builds and stuff like that. I cannot comment further because I haven't finished the game.
Mhm.
Many people who's finished it, they are like blown away by the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, and again, just by the merit of Super Giant Games, I do believe it has a very strong game. Unfortunately, I haven't finished it, so I cannot comment further.
Okay.
And The Last of Us Part Two is a game that has impacted me the most this year.
Hmm. Yeah.
It is a game that I keep thinking about, and differently from Ghost of Tsushima, it's a game that I can still tell you a play by play of the story, and it's a game
Yeah.
it really brought me to tears. It really brought me down in some places. It really made me empathize with characters. I know that the narrative was very on your face, and some people don't like the fact that things don't go the way they want, but that's such as life. Um, the way they intertwine the stories of Ellie and Abby and how they're actually the same, like a mirror story, but they are not the same. Um, and it it resonated to me on a more personal level because I've been in situations where I have to like not take revenge. I haven't gone as far as taking revenge or something, but I have to like cut down negative people of my life and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Uh, Plus, it is a very bold story. I'm very sure Neil Druckmann knew going into that he was gonna get shit for what happens on the story. He stuck to his guns. The team stuck to their gun, and performances, the writing, dialogues, and everything else is just top notch. So in that, with that said, and I think we can agree that Ghost of Tsushima. I was gonna say Last of Us Two is going to be is going to be our winner for
Oh
best narrative,
man.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
All right, so
I agree with all that.
we're gonna vote with Last of Us Two.
Oh,
All right.
also, well, there's a comment, Sergio.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. First of all, it says, "I think the Ghost of Tsushima narrative was scuffed. I mean, it was narrow. I wish they would have made it
Mm-hmm.
more realistic. When you have heard a Japanese feudal lord being sentimental with their family,
Yeah.
LOL." And also says, without getting too much in spoilers, I think Hades was some kind of Mickey Mouse Club Greek mythology lesson. It was a fun game, amazing gameplay. I didn't really get that much into the story. Seemed like that. It seems like Hades was more about the gameplay, I guess, than the
Mm-hmm.
story. I don't think it was like a story-driven game. It doesn't look like it
Yeah.
from what I see.
Yeah. So for what I take, I think, and I had when I was doing my 4 hour review, Sergio was with me going through the story, so I'm pretty sure that he agrees that Last of Us has the best story of this year. All right,
Cool.
moving on to this is another tough one. This is actually very this this is actually the toughest one I think so far. Best art direction. So, what are your thoughts about this?
The best art direction. Hades and Ori. Haven't played those, so those are
Hmm.
pretty much I can't.
Hmm.
Those are out the door. So I'm down with three again. Um, Final Fantasy. I mean, the art direction was great for in order to make a remake, you got to also
Hmm.
have like a vision of how it's going to look like.
Hmm.
But damn, man, Ghost of Tsushima. I did a lot of freaking screenshots on that.
Hmm.
And you got to think about the art direction of Ghost of Tsushima was made by Sucker Punch. I mean, and they did a great job on capturing kind of like the Japanese type of how do you say it? Japanese type of direction from
Uh-huh.
people that are not even from that culture. So that took. I mean, I heard they had to be like in the Japanese culture or whatever. They were like they were camping out there, going there and checking out everything that they did, even the areas and the land, and they took that and they made it into this game, which was damn, it was amazing, man. It was really really amazing.
Hmm.
Hades, I don't know. Ori, I don't know. Last of Us Part Two. that was a beautiful game too, man. I took quite a few screenshots of that too.
Hmm.
And the type of art direction on that game was pretty much the acting and also the facial expressions, man.
Hmm.
My God, dude. And of course, the environments were also pretty, I mean, look like, you know, how do you say, like apocalyptic or whatever you want to call it,
Hmm.
zombie fight, or I don't know what you want to call it. Damn, man. I mean, it's gonna be between Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us Part Two, and I'm gonna have to go with Ghost of Tsushima, man.
All right. Okay. All right. I cannot comment on Ori because
Yeah.
I haven't played the game. I've seen playthroughs and stuff, and I played the first one, and then I do understand what it is. It was nominated. It is a beautiful looking game.
Mhm.
Um, but it runs in Unity, and I hate Unity, so
Oh,
take that. Hades has really strong art direction. It has the signature of Super Giant Games. But again, we are comparing it with Ghost of Tsushima and The Last of Us Part 2.
yeah.
Final Fantasy Remake is a special case. Let
Yeah.
me talk about it just a little bit. There is one thing why I cannot, in good conscience, give it to Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and it's because the technical achievement
Yeah.
they fucked it up. Uh, it is a really beautiful game, but the game looks beautiful. Also, the music is outstanding. Some of the most beautiful music Final Fantasy has put up, and that's a tall order. We're talking about the franchise with the best music on gaming. Um, the character designs, environments, and the work from the from the art team was awesome. Was awesome, and I could have given it easily if it wasn't for the technical art.
Mhm.
Whoever was in charge of getting the Unreal 4 done for this game is are incompetent idiots. They fucked up the work from the art team, and I am very very disappointed on that because the effort that the art team made to make this game beautiful, the 3D animators, the 3D modelers, the environmental artists, SFX, the rendering team and all that was fucked up by a very bad and very bad and very amateurish technical art team.
Mhm.
I'm talking about and this is a very controversial topic in the community, in the Final Fantasy community. I'm talking about
Yeah.
the textures. Everybody knows the textures hasn't been fixed. It's not gonna get fixed. It's gonna get fixed once it's ported to PC. It is not a bug on Unreal. It is not the power of the PlayStation. It is incompetent technical art team, and I know because I do Unreal 4 development.
There you go.
So so I cannot, in good faith, I cannot give it to Final Fantasy. They are a technical art team, and they are qualifying the technical achievement and artistic design and animation. They fucked up the technical details, so I cannot give it in good faith to Final Fantasy. Now, going on a more positive note, to
Okay.
me, it is in between The Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. They are very strong on very different things. The Last of Us 2, I do feel it has a stronger, it has it achieves more technically speaking,
Mhm.
which shits on the face of Final Fantasy, by the way. Uh,
Yeah.
it achieves a stronger technical artistry. The thing is, and just so, because I don't want to overextend it, if we compare it to Ghost of Tsushima, of course, I'm not comparing it to every game ever made.
Yeah.
Just comparing it between Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us. It is very bland and very boring, and it's a type it's a world and the art direction, all of that is things that we have seen in the past.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't think besides the technical achievements, because as you mentioned, motion capture, animations,
Yeah.
uh, interactivity, uh, the freaking photo mode. I built a career on that photo mode. So
There you go. Yeah.
it is
Exactly.
it is a beautiful game. It is a beautiful game, but it's a game. Uh, and you could have changed the name to I don't know, the State of Decay or whatever, and it's going to be like another zombie game. Ghost of Tsushima, it is a painting alive.
Yeah. My God. Yeah.
It doesn't have the same level of achievement, of technical achievement, as The Last of Us, but what they accomplish, especially when you play it on PS5, you just realize how incredibly beautiful that game is.
Mhm.
Also, I built a career on Ghost of Tsushima. Actually, my most popular picture taken on a video game is in Ghost of Tsushima, and and yeah, I said it is a game that is more visually striking. It is more artistically accomplished,
Hmm.
and I cannot imagine what they're gonna achieve with the PS5.
My
It's
goodness, yeah,
going to be nuts. So
you got
I think we can agree that Ghost of Tsushima is going to take our vote for.
yeah for sure, man. And Sergio says, I think Ori or Hades for art. Those are the two games that we have not played. So maybe if we played them, maybe it would have been Sergio. And also, he says Final Fantasy VII is just a buffed up version of the old one, which yeah, oh yeah, which I knew. Nothing else.
Mhm.
Yeah, adding the third dimension variable into the equation didn't make a real difference. And besides saying, oh, this is how it would look like in 3D. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a game that's already been done before, and they're just kind of flipping
Mhm.
it. So yeah, exactly.
Yeah, my biggest issue with the seven remake is honestly, if the technical art team was competent, they were not a bunch of
Hmm.
fools.
Yeah,
Uh, it would have taken easily. It is Final Fantasy, so I am heavily biased towards Final Fantasy.
there you go.
It is a beautiful game when it is beautiful. Just of these screenshots, it is the most striking one. But those fucking bugs with the textures, dude. To me, it is very disrespectful to the work of other people. And again, it is not a limitation of the PS4, and it is not a limitation of the Unreal Engine. It's just a bunch of idiots that don't know how to do their work. And it's really disappointing because they made Kingdom Hearts 3, and Kingdom
Oh,
Hearts 3
really?
does not have
What?
those issues, and it has even more complicated effects and stuff that does keep performance be worse than Final Fantasy. So yeah, I cannot. On good faith, I cannot give it to Final Fantasy 7. All right,
Yeah.
now this is another difficult. To me, this is the most difficult category actually. I've been saying that on every category, but honest to God, this is the most difficult category for me to grade.
Score.
We're talking about legendary games here. All of them, even Ori, because even I haven't played the game, but I've listened to the music, and even Ori is just on a different level. So
Damn, dude.
what are your thoughts about this?
But once again, Hades and Ori, I can't because I haven't played those.
Hmm.
Um, Final Fantasy VII is just it's just a remake of the old one. I mean, the
Hmm.
music, they remade the music very well, but it's
Hmm.
nothing groundbreaking. Man, Doom Eternal and Last of Us Part Two. The thing is, I mean, how do you classify a best score?
Hmm.
Outstanding music. Man, Doom had those riffs that were really, really awesome, man. I mean, when
Hmm.
you're playing the game, if you like that heavy metal riff,
Hmm.
oh geez, that was so awesome. But and also they had what's it called? They had an issue with the actual composer of those of the music too. So they
Hmm.
had like a little, how do you say it? There was a
Yeah,
little drama
Fallout.
going on there. Remember that?
Yeah, they have a Fallout. Hmm.
Yeah, they had a fallout with the original composer. So that's like, damn, and plus they're not. I heard they're not really playing the actual um how the music what that he composed it to or something like that. Like he didn't
Hmm.
finish composing the music, so they had to go in there and cut copy paste, or I don't know what they did, man. The drama that was going on back there. So hopefully that did not hamper, my choice of the musical score because it would have been great if it was the original of the composer, the original, music that was made for that.
Hmm.
Last was Part Two. I liked the score on that, but the score kind of gave the story direction because, like I said, there was a lot of cinematography, um, a lot of they incorporated the music set the emotion. It set the environment of whatever was going on in that game. Because, like I said, that game was like emotional roller coaster. Even the story was like a roller coaster, and the music
Hmm.
was excellent on that. Damn, man, Doom Eternal or Last was Part Two. I'm gonna have to go with Doom Eternal. I just love those metal riffs, man, and ripping those demons apart. Sorry, man, I have to go with Doom Eternal on that.
Okay, this
But
is
like you said, but I mean, I feel bad that Hades and Ori I did not play it because, like you said, maybe Ori had like something phenomenal here, and I
mhm.
haven't even experienced that. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah, well, this is probably one that we'll have to take an executive decision because
Yeah.
I won't agree with you on this one. So a little bit of spoiler alert. Although, okay, all of this besides Ori, because I'm not like a big fan of the composer here, but I am
Uh,
a huge fan of all the composers and all the musicians that made the scores for these games. So all the biases, the game that I am heavily biased to, I think I mentioned it just a little bit above.
mhm,
Um, Hades, it has a really Super Giant Games has made some of the best scores in the past 10 years.
mhm,
Uh, Example A is a Bastion, and sample B is a Transistor. So that's pretty much a category they would normally have it on lockdown if they weren't against Mick Gordon, Nobuo Uematsu, and Gustavo Santaolalla. So Hades and the thing is, for Hades, of all the Super Giant games, is the one that has the less strong score. It is not as good as Bastion or Transistor or Pyre even. It is really good though. It is music that you just want to play outside of game. It is really
okay.
good. It is really good. The only thing is it has that Greek uh, themes and stuff, so it doesn't feel that unique. It
Mhm,
doesn't have like a strong vocal themes like Bastion or Transistor have, but it is
right,
an
right.
awesome. You cannot go wrong. It's an awesome score. Uh, okay. Last of Us Part Two. Last of Us Part Two. The music score played a big part on how the story resonated with me, as you
Mhm,
mentioned. I think 50% or more of how strong the story was because of the music score. The game knew how to be quiet when it needed to be quiet. It knew how to play and what tunes to play. Plus,
mhm,
it is composed. The music is composed by an Oscar winner.
right.
Uh, the only difference is I don't feel the score was as memorable as
Mhm,
part one.
exactly. Mhm,
It is good. It is really good. It is really strong. Again, it hits you on the heart every time, and the covers of the songs that they played also are awesome. And but the thing is, to be a game that the story revolves around music, I don't think the score was that memorable
mhm,
compared to the competition and compared to its own prequel.
right.
But it is just like if Last of Us was 10, Last of Us 2 was like 9.8 for me, music wise. Okay, now Doom Eternal, Mick Gordon. Mick Gordon, I admire that guy. He's like an awesome musician. Everything that he makes is just awesome. It's just high octane music. It is uh, even music that is not metal. Like for example, the score of Killer Instinct is awesome too. Doom
Oh my
Eternal,
goodness, that's classic, bro. Hell yeah,
uh,
love that.
and Doom Eternal has a music that I can play on my head all the time. For example, the main theme song when you pop up the game and you start it, just
Oh
like
yeah.
I spent I when I was playing the game, I spent like 5 4 minutes listening to the song because it is so badass. Repenter also, and that's my biggest criticism also for the Eternal, the fact that Mick rehashes a lot of the music from part one,
Mhm,
uh, and a lot of the riffs from part one. He doesn't necessarily like do one to one. Just copy paste of music from Doom 2016 to Doom Eternal, but he
mhm,
like reuses a lot of Rip and Tear, reuses a lot of other tunes from 2016.
right, right.
Um, but don't get me wrong. This is when I'm drawing. If I'm drawing like a more must an energetic game, an energetic drawing or something like that, I play Doom Eternal. It is just that awesome, and I just listen to it just outside gaming. Now, Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy overshadows when it comes to music. It overshadows any game ever.
Mhm,
So I think I need to take myself out of this vote. because I am extremely heavily biased towards Final Fantasy. Extremely heavily biased. Final Fantasy, I am a big music buff, and I think you know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Final Fantasy breaks, or the music from Nobuo Uematsu breaks the boundary between video game music and like real life music, just to put it on a
Hmm.
way. So I cannot honestly take this vote because to me it is Final Fantasy, no questions asked. Even if it's a remake, they improve upon one of the most iconic soundtracks on history.
Yeah,
I was scared that they were gonna use symphony and like real instruments and stuff like that. And it was going to it was going to sound more generic, but they did not. I think the remake OST is leaps and bounds above the original theme. I know the music. The music I play it all the time. Again, it is music that transcends video games.
yeah.
Uh, um, yeah, so to me, no questions asked. It has to be Final Fantasy. It is like asking me if I liked a Radiohead album like that. So I am heavily biased. Just like it is the opposite to Animal Crossing that I could not take that vote honestly because I was heavily biased negative toward that game. That is the opposite for Final Fantasy. I am extremely positively biased towards Final Fantasy. It is very nostalgic to me. And it's something that it makes me very emotional even just to think about the
Yeah.
music because it is very important on my life and stuff like that. So yeah, so yeah, since I am removing myself from the vote, and if I were not, I was gonna I would vote for Final Fantasy. I'm taking your vote, so I'm gonna vote for Doom Eternal this time.
Well, if you want to, I mean, we can go to our the comments, our comment section,
All right.
and
Well, what do we have in the comment section?
we have Sergio. He goes, "Go Doom." He says, "Doom music makes you feel like the Doom guy himself."
All right, there you go. Okay, that's two. That's two votes. So there you go. There you go. Yeah. All right, but yeah, that's a tough. When Final Fantasy comes into play, the discussion is done for me. All
Yeah,
right, but best audio design. This is different from music. This is like the sounds of the game, like your sound awareness, like how things sound in the game. All right, I do have a clear winner here actually, but in between two. So what are your thoughts about this?
I don't know. Audio? Uh, I mean, Doom Eternal, you killed things and you shot things, and there was a
Mm-hmm.
lot of explosions, demons
Mm-hmm.
screaming. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was like an audio marvel. I mean, it was great, but
Mm-hmm.
half like Alex, I mean, you need to have good audio in order to be immersed in the game, and that's VR. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing that has one of the best audios, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't played the game, so I mean, I've seen the stream, but it's not the same as playing the game with that headset. So that's kind of difficult.
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima, I mean, the audio was excellent on that. I mean, when you're in the woods and stuff, and also the wind carrying away everything, the clanging of swords,
Mm-hmm.
had a lot of good audio detail in that one. So maybe Resident Evil 3. I don't know. I don't remember the audio in that game. It wasn't like impressive. I don't know why it's even on here. So I mean, Resident Evil 3 was good. It was kind of short. It was good, but I'm like, damn, that game had sweet audio.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would ever say that. Um, Last of Us Part 2, that had some great audio. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the what's it called? I guess I don't know, the acting, the voices. I don't know, man. Audio is up in the air for me, to be honest. I can't really choose which one. I don't know.
All right. Okay. Doom Eternal doesn't. I don't think it will take it. I can take it because the strongest point of that game is also the lowest when it comes to audio design. The music overpowers and drowns everything.
Hmm.
Growl sounds and shoots and all of that. So I don't think it has a very competent audio design for the type of
Yeah,
game it is, but I don't
yeah.
think it is outstanding. And
Right, right, right.
the same can be said for Ghost of Tsushima. It has a very competent, a very excellent audio design, but I don't think it is outstanding. I don't think it is outstanding. which is funny. Just a little parenthesis, and this is something that I noticed now that I've been playing PS5. I don't know if you have noticed it too.
What's up?
I do think this category is going to be very different. It's going to look very different in once the the PS5 games start coming out.
Oh, the 3D audio and stuff.
Yeah,
What?
because for example, the 3D audio on Demon Souls
Mhm.
and Astrobot overshadows everything here.
Yeah.
And not because like it is like awesome and outstanding, just because like the power of the PS5. And I'm sorry, it sound like a PS5 commercial, but that's my
You know what? We should start every stream brought to you by the power of the PS5. Like, what's his name?
yeah.
Book.
Yeah, no,
I'm
we're gonna
joking.
piss off the Xbox fans, and I am always throwing shit at Microsoft and Nintendo. I don't want to be called a fanboy, although I am going to, but yeah,
You know, I love Xbox. I
yeah,
love gaming in general. But yeah, it's just funny.
yeah. But but my point is that the 3D audio, the new 3D audio tech overshadows everything here.
Oh yeah, I need to use that tech. Yeah.
All right, okay, now going back, uh, Resident Evil 3. It needs to have real strong audio design, but I think it was weaker than Resident Evil 2.
Hmm.
In every respect, Resident Evil 3 was weaker than Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, that one I didn't be like, oh my god, technical audio marvel. No.
It is a super fun game though. I love it,
Oh, it
but
is.
yeah, it
It's
is.
great. I have nothing to bag on that, but like audio is like I don't even remember the audio in that one.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was not as immersive or as captivating as Half-Life and The Last of Us 2.
yep.
So for me, it's in between these two, Last of Us 2 and Half-Life. You mentioned something very important. The Half-Life, Alex, is a VR game, so it must have really good 3D audio in order
Exactly.
to and a really good
Immersive.
audio design in order to not to break immersion. So it does accomplish that on spades. That's all I can tell you. The sound from the combine, and
Mhm.
you can pinpoint enemies at the distance. Every shot, every shot, this sounds awesome. Echoes and everything, like everything that it doesn't break immersion at all. It just adds, it builds up to the immersion to a level that no other VR game does. So even on that, it excels.
Right.
The Last of Us does the same thing without the VR. The Last of Us 2, when you play with a headset, or even if you play with a good audio system,
Yeah.
you can tell, like for example, when Ellie or Abby are walking through the environments, you can tell like when branches are crunching on their
Yeah.
feet. You can tell where the enemies
Yeah.
are. You can pinpoint them. Uh, Also, they use a lot of audio cues to make you locate enemies on the environment.
The
Uh,
Daredevil effect, the Daredevil vision.
exactly. And the music doesn't overpower because it knows when to shut up. The music
Yeah.
knows when to
Yeah.
shut up and when to go quiet and let you play. Shooting sounds awesome. The gurgling of enemies when you like cut
Stab him
somebody's
in the neck.
throat is uh,
Jeez, dude.
so to me the deciding factor, because they are like The Last of Us 2 and Half-Life Alyx are so similar.
Yeah.
The deciding factor to me is going to be the voice acting. And The Last of Us has the better voice acting. Not throwing shit at Half-Life Alyx. It has awesome voice acting, but it doesn't stand a candle towards The Last of Us 2. Yeah, the acting in The Last of Us 2 and voice acting is just on another level.
That's for
So
sure.
if so, since I didn't take the other vote, and if you allow me, I'm gonna vote for The Last of Us 2 for this one.
Okay. Um, and also Sergio says the audio immersion in Half-Life Alyx is unparalleled in my opinion. But
Yeah,
again, the limited reach of VR game might limit its possibilities. Other than that, I think it'd be Last of Us 2 for me. So yeah, I think he thinks so too.
yeah, yeah. I think Sergio and I can agree pretty much on this. And the thing is, Half-Life Alyx and The Last of Us 2, they accomplish the same thing. The only thing is
Mhm.
not having the headset on. That's the
Yeah.
only difference. But if once you play Half-Life 2, Half-Life Alyx, and if you play The Last of Us 2 like part and part, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Right.
All right, best performance. This is acting, okay? Not performance as a frames per second. All right, I cannot
You
vote
know what?
for. Go for
This
it.
might be this might be the last one because if I'm looking at the others, they're indie games that we never really play. So
Actually,
this might be our last.
I have actually played indie games. We can go through the other ones,
Okay,
dude. Dude, we could chill.
I haven't played a lot of these, dude.
Oh fuck!
like best mobile game. Anyways, I won't get ahead of myself. But
Hold
all
on,
right, all right.
hold on. I pressed the same button again. It's because my keyboard is very sensitive, so I press F1 and I open the Windows page for some reason. Okay,
Okay.
all right. Best performance. Okay, we have Ashley Johnson as
Oh yeah,
Ellie,
actors. Oh shit.
Laura Bailey as Abby on The Last of Us 2, Daisuke Tsuji as Jin Sakai for Ghost of Tsushima, Logan Cunningham as Hades on Hades, and Najee Jeter as Miles Morales on Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Damn. You know what? Um, on an emotional spectrum, the person who showed more peaks and lows of emotion would have to be. I mean, one of my one. Well, I'm just playing the game, but um, Najee Jeter, he's a lovable character. I do love the acting on that one, but I can't give the best performance to him.
Mm-hmm.
Hades, I haven't played that, so I can't give it that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Jin Sakai, the voice acting was great. It was awesome. He was a very, how do you say it? He was a very serious character. Only one
Mm-hmm.
note emotion. Pretty much, either he's just calm or he's pissed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there wasn't much
He's
much
either
of a
he's either ghost or honorable.
yeah. So I mean, it was great act. It was great voice acting, whatnot. But performance, I can't give it to that. Now, Laura Bailey as Abby, um, that was a great performance as well. More on an actor's level. But I'm gonna have to give it to Ashley Johnson, dude, because there's way more. How do you say it? Way more area of emotion that we've seen from acting from her,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like the most. How do you say it? They put her through the most shit in that game. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you saw her, she had happy parts, she had annoyed parts, she had
Mm-hmm.
sad parts, she had angry parts, and my goodness, they put that character through the grinder, and it was believable,
Mm-hmm.
extremely believable. So
Mm-hmm.
it has to go to Ashley Johnson from Last of Us 2 by far.
All right. Okay, now as for me, I cannot comment on Miles Morales because I haven't played the game.
It's good. It's really good. But I mean, yeah, I mean, it's too early.
Yeah, I'm still stuck with Demon Souls. So after I'm going to give it, I'm gonna switch Miles Morales for the Maiden in Black. Okay, Logan Cunningham, honestly, he's good, but he's not.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have nominated him. I would have nominated Brittany White for Aerith instead. That would have been my nomination instead of Hades. It is good, but it is not. Actually, I'm surprised that no one from the Final Fantasy cast is nominated.
I know, right?
I would have chosen. I forgot the name of the guy who plays Barrett. I'm yeah. Well, either him or Brit. Bri is Brianna White. She is fucking awesome. And it's her first role ever on voice acting. But anyways, Jin Sakai, Daisuke, he's a really good actor, and I think he did a really good job. But I don't think he's. But it was as you mentioned, just like a very like a one note character. So I don't
Yeah,
think it had
yeah.
it didn't have like that those range of emotions to like uh, show off his talent.
Right,
To
right, right.
me, also competition comes between Laura Bailey and Ashley Johnson, and I would also concur that Ashley Johnson had a stronger performance by a
Mhm.
little bit, but she also had the stronger performance. The thing, just the positive thing, the biggest thing about Laura Bailey is the fact that I came around to love Abby and to empathize with her and sympathize with her at the end of the game, but
Mhm.
yeah, all the shit that Ellie went through, even though like she had to behave as a brat in some cases, the fact that Ashley put it convincingly, uh, yeah, that she's a veteran and she's one of the best performers and the trade, and yeah, it's so
I
Laura
could.
Bailey, so Laura
Mm.
Bailey, but yeah, I do think Ashley had the biggest
Yeah,
performance.
because I could not. I don't think I could ever act like that. Like, I mean, they have to act like on command. Like
Hmm.
all the things that they did, the facial expressions. I don't think I could do that. I don't know. I don't know where to pull those emotions from. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I wouldn't be able to do it on real life, man.
No, man, not at all.
So yeah. All right. So okay, games for impact. Okay, yeah, true. And I cannot speak about this. So we can skip that. I'm gonna give it just so I can give it to one, and I'm going to choose Kentucky Route Zero. All right, because that's the only game that I know. Best ongoing game. I think we can pick one really quick. From this, my vote would go to No Man's Sky because they have done a lot of amazing work.
Oh, yeah, and we had a lot of good memories on that one. All right, yeah, you know what? That's a good one. Yeah,
All right,
and
No
plus
Man's.
they came from hell and back, and they're still up. So it's an amazing story.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and the game is legit pretty awesome.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Let's get into
Fortnite
that.
Fortnite would be my second pick. Best indie game. I think we can speak about this. I mean, no, you know what? No, you haven't played these games. I
I
have
only
played
played
these
Fall
games.
Guys, bro. So I'm guessing Hades for that one.
I'm gonna give it to Hades, but there is a very strong case for Spelunky too. But yeah, I'm gonna give it to Hades.
Oh, there's Blanc.
Yeah, Spelunky is here, but Hades versus Spelunky is we're talking about a Game of the Year nominee versus a really awesome, heartwarming, and seminal game, but not a Game of the Year contender.
Okay.
Fall
Okay.
Guys, Fall Guys have strong arguments. Carrion
They
is
got a.
fun, but
They're following. They're having a big following, but I mean, I don't know. I haven't played enough. I played it
yeah,
once only.
yeah, it is a very one-note game though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Carrion is very good, but I don't think his Hades good. And Spitfire is the
Right.
only one I haven't played. I've heard it's really good, but I haven't played that one.
You got it.
Best mobile game, Genshin Impact. No questions asked. Well, you know what? Among Us, just because it's more popular. Never mind. Uh, Genshin Impact would be my unless. Oh shit! Something happened.
You're breaking up. What happened?
Don't know what happened. I think my internet went down for like a second.
Okay.
My browser died, I think. Oh, there you go. We're back. Yeah,
Okay.
my browser died. So yeah, again, we're gonna give it to Among Us.
Okay.
Actually, we're gonna give it to Among Us because he played a huge part on world politics and stuff.
Okay.
Best community support.
I don't. You mean like the people who play the game, right?
Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive on social media activity and game updates patches. Talking about like how much the dev team works along with their community, how they
Oh,
communicate, patch, and stuff. No Man's Sky, dude.
yeah. Go give it to that one. That's fine. That one, yeah. Give it
Yeah,
to that one.
yeah. Yeah, well, I do have comments about that. They're gonna be boring. Okay, best VR and AR.
Oh man, come on.
Yeah, this has to be have like Alex. But all of these games are really amazing. So anyone who's watching, all of these games are real and legit games. They're not like, oh, I'm gonna sit down for 15 minutes and just like walk around and fool around. No, these are legit great games. Especially Dreams. Dreams is like a platform on itself. But yeah, Half-Life Alex is gonna take it. Uh, I haven't actually played Iron Man VR though.
I heard that Star Wars Squadron is legit, but you have to
Yeah, it
have the
is.
real VR experience, like on PC, and you got to have the what's it called, the Thrustmaster. Was it the throttle for flying? And that
Yeah,
you got to have all the bells and whistles. And I heard that Squadrons is an excellent game, but
yeah.
I mean, I
Be-
haven't.
besi- Besides Titanfall and Apex Legends is the best thing that and actually Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order too. All right, innovation and accessibility.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
where
about this. I don't know about this.
hardware pushing medium.
Nah, I follow this guy. I follow this guy on Twitter that is like all about accessibility.
Uh-huh.
But he talks like wonders about all of these games. Besides Hyper, I don't even know what this game is. So, uh,
Last of Us 2.
yeah, let's get to Last of Us 2. It has really cool accessibility options. I haven't played Grounded and I haven't played Valhalla Legion. Best action game. All right, best action game nominees are Doom Eternal, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, Neo 2, and Streets of Rage 4.
I played Streets of Rage 4. That's pretty cool. It's fun. It kind of brings
Mm-hmm.
it back to the old school, but I
Mm-hmm.
can't say best action.
Mm-hmm.
Neo 2, it's pretty good. It's hard. It's harder than
Mm-hmm.
part 1. The action is intense,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't give it best action. Half-Life Alyx is good. I mean, a lot of it is action, VR action. Hades, haven't played it. Doom Eternal is all balls to the wall
Mm-hmm.
action, dude. I'll get Doom Eternal.
Yeah, undisputed. Since we are qualifying action, yeah, it's Doom Eternal undisputed.
Yeah.
Hades is really good, but it's not Doom good.
Yeah.
Half-Life Alyx, it is not an action game. It has a lot of segments where you don't do anything but walking.
Mm.
Neo, I haven't played Neo 2, but if it's anything like Neo 1, it is not Doom Eternal. And the
Yeah,
Streets of
exactly.
Rage is really good and it's really fun, but it is also not Doom Eternal good. So Doom Eternal.
Nice.
Okay, best action adventure. Ghost of
Action.
Tsushima.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because that reminds me of more open world. Yeah,
Yeah.
for me, when you say I like this action adventure game, I think of like a Zelda, like
Mhm.
an open world type of, not really RPG, but yeah.
Mhm.
And throughout all these, haven't played Valhalla, but
Mhm.
open world wise, I had to go to Ghost of Tsushima. Last of Us Part Two, it wasn't open world. There was a part where it was kind of hubbish, I guess, but
Mhm.
it wasn't really open world. So adventure, I don't really fall in the lines of that.
Mhm.
But yeah, Tsushima.
All right. Yeah. I don't. I think probably Miles or Star Wars would have like a strong competition, but yeah, I think Ghost of Tsushima was the best.
Yeah, yeah,
Valhalla, I heard from people who's played it that is grindy and gets to the point it's very boring. And The Last
there
of
you
Us, I wouldn't call it an action adventure game. So
right.
yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? Exactly.
Best role playing game. Okay, I could spend one more hour here, but I won't.
Woo!
I won't.
Well, you know what? To make it easier for us, Genshin Impact. I mean, I heard a lot of good things. I haven't played it. Yakuza Like a Dragon. I already know how you feel about that.
Hmm.
Wasteland 3. The only props I give it because it's they're from the original of Fallout, but the
Hmm.
original developers, right?
Yeah,
Who
yeah,
made
yeah.
the original Fallout. I give it
They're,
props.
they're the developers who made the original Fallout, which was Wasteland.
Yeah, I know, right? Because
Yeah,
it was based on like Wasteland. So yeah, so I mean,
yeah.
I give it props to that, but
Mhm.
I mean, no, Wasteland 3, I don't think so. Oh, dude,
Ah,
Final Fantasy remake or man, I don't even know. I don't even talk about this. You know which one it is, dude.
okay.
I don't even
Okay.
gotta talk about this.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go fast because if not, I could spend like 2 hours just talking about these games.
Yeah.
Yakuza Like a Dragon. I am kind of boycotting this game until March when it comes out
Hmm.
on PS5. So and I haven't played it, and I know I'm gonna love it, but right now I cannot talk about it. Wasteland 3, I haven't played it. I haven't played it yet. I haven't had the time to play it, but I heard nothing but good things about it. Persona 5 Royale, I'm gonna skip it, and then I'm gonna talk about Genshin Impact. I don't think it's the best role playing RPG this year. Because it has a lot of gacha mechanics and it has a lot of mobile kind of bullshit. The game is really fun though, and it has like a lot of gameplay for a free game, and it looks gorgeous. But it is
Hmm.
it is a free to play game, so
Yeah.
and it has a lot of gacha bullshit and a lot of pay to win shit. So I cannot give it to that. Final Fantasy VII remake is the nominal JRPG, but it's not as good as Final Fantasy VII normal. Persona 5 Royale. I cannot give it on good faith. I love this game. I cannot talk anything else about Persona 5. The thing is, this is a cheap out thing. This is cheap. Why? In good faith, I cannot give it to Persona 5 Royale because Persona 5 Royale is a re-release of a game that from 2017 that was already nominated, and I could have given twice easily that year. But
Yeah.
this year it should not have been nominated because the things that the game add could be considered DLC. So it is not a full on remake. It is not a full on remaster, and the content that it adds, it is not substantial enough to call it like a sequel or reinterpretation, anything like that. So this is
Right.
like they run out of options, and they could have chosen Trials of Cold Steel 4. So
Ooh, I would have picked that one for sure.
yeah, instead of Persona 5. So Persona 5, I cannot give it out of ethics. But I would make a game of the year every year if I could. Final Fantasy 7 remake. If there is no opposition, I want to pick Final Fantasy 7 remake.
Go ahead, do it, man.
All right.
I'm down for that.
All right. Good. Best fighting game. This another this the fact that they added One Punch Man here that nobody knows this game fucking sucks. And the Street Fighter Championship Edition, which is pretty much the same same
God,
arguments. The same arguments that I give to Persona 5 Royale, I give it to that one. So these two are discarded. It wasn't a strong year for fighting games, so that's the reason why we have these two. I can speak for Grand Blue. Actually, for the two of them, I have played all of them actually. In my opinion, the best of all this bunch is Grand Blue Fantasy Versus.
Okay. The only reason I would pick Mortal Kombat because they have Rambo, RoboCop.
But you haven't played it, right?
Well, 11, yeah, I have Mortal Kombat. I have it. I beat story mode.
You do have
And
it.
they got like the first combat pack actually.
And what platform do you have?
For the PS4.
PS4. Okay, I'm gonna get. We're gonna play some matches. I do have it.
Iconic. You know what? The match that we did, Jason and Leatherface, we have like over like 1,000 views and counting, dude. For some reason.
Oh, that's right. You actually did stream it.
I don't know why, but we get a lot of views on that one. I have no idea why.
We gotta grift. We gotta grift it. All right. So okay, since this is a very niche genre, and this has to be on a consensus. Has Sergio said anything about fighting game?
Let me see. No, nothing on the comments.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to Mortal Kombat just because I do think it has Rambo and RoboCop.
There you go. Yeah, just because that's you're right. A lot of these are like games that are from the past, and and like you said, it wasn't a strong year for fighting games at all.
Yeah,
not even Tekken is on here, but Tekken is like already a year and a half old, I guess. But I don't know.
Yeah. Actually, well, the thing is, this game fucking sucks. I don't even know why they put it. Street Fighter is the same arguments that I made for Persona 5 Royale apply to this. They're actually the same for Under Night and Birth. It is an awesome game, but it's just like expansion to an already existing game. Grand Blue it's a really fun game, and I love it. But the thing is, it doesn't have the amount of content that Mortal Kombat has. So just on the sheer amount of content, I think Mortal Kombat wins.
Sergio says that he's not into fighting games.
Okay. Then Mortal Kombat it is. Best family game. Okay. Okay. Here I only play none of it. Actually, I only play Fallout like 2 matches. So, do you want to give it to Animal Crossing?
Yeah, give it to Animal Crossing just for my wife loves that game. So give it to Animal Crossing.
All right. Your wife loves it. You play it. That's a family game for me.
Exactly. Give it to that because family games. Crash Bandicoot never got into Bandicoot. Never got into Spyro. Never really liked those games when it first came out on PlayStation. Mm-hmm. So it's like, not really, man. So yeah, give it to Animal Crossing.
All right. Yeah. Well, and just to elaborate a little bit on that, Crash. Fall Guys is Crash, but in multiplayer. And this other guy, Minecraft Dungeons. Every review that I've seen, it says the game sucks. So I don't even know what was nominated. This is not a video game. So I don't know why it was nominated either. Paper Mario, I haven't played it, so.
No. Also, Sergio says Animal Crossing will win the family game category, which that's right, dude. That by far is the most popular one.
Yeah, this is my this interest for the rest of these games gives the fact that I am negatively invested to Animal Crossing means that I actually have it has my vote. Okay, best sim strategy. Can Gears 5, Gears Tactics.
Gears Tactics, actually, I downloaded that and played that. It is pretty fun. I was just getting into it.
Hmm.
So yeah, you know what? Give it to Gears Tactics. Even though I think XCOM
Hmm.
what might be the next thing, but I give it to Gear Tactics.
Yeah, I want just to do a little disclaimer here. It's not that I don't care about this. Actually, this is a genre that I love, and I really want to get into, but I'm really bad at it.
I don't
So
like strategy much, but
I
Gears Tactics is very easy to get into. But strategies, I'm not really into. But
uh
like XCOM, Gears is actually kind of like XCOM. So yeah, I go to Gears.
Yeah, the thing is, I for example, like StarCraft, Age of Empires, XCOM, Gears Tactics, this type of, I love those games, but I'm really bad at them, like really bad.
I don't I don't like them because I know my stepfather was heavy into what's it called, like Civilization, Sid Meier's
Yeah.
Civilization, and when I hear Civilization, I think of like history, and I think history is boring. So and it's like I'm not into that stuff.
Well,
You know.
the cool thing about Civ is that Gandhi is a warmonger. He actually nukes your places. All right, yeah. It's a genre for old people. I'm getting old, that's why.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean strategy. It's a huge category. A lot of people love strategy games. Don't get me wrong. You know, there's a
Hmm.
huge base for strategy, but I'm just not
Hmm.
into it. So yeah.
All right. Okay, best sport racing game. There's a clear winner, but I
Oh,
want I
Tony
want to.
Grant, Tony,
Yeah. Oh
Tony
yeah.
Hawk. I
Yeah.
don't do racing. I don't do sports, especially soccer or basketball. But
Uh,
skateboarding, yeah, man. Oh
oh,
yeah.
and I can totally vouch for this game. This game actually is game of the year for me. Game of the year, top 10 game of the year.
There you go.
The
I
thing is, for me, just really quick, fuck this game, fuck this game, because the fucking EA and fucking 2K. Dirt
oh yeah.
5, I haven't played it, and I've won. I played 2019, and it's just that. I love. I like racing sims. So,
Yeah, I
but
know you
yeah,
do. I know you do.
yeah, but they are not Tony Hawk. That's it. Best multiplayer. I don't do multiplayer. I don't do multiplayer, but if I have to, it has to be in between Among Us, Fall Guys, or Animal Crossing.
Among Us, Fall Guys, Animal Crossing.
All right, all right. Um, yeah, and okay, content creator. I actually do have an opinion on this. I don't know who these people are. I don't care who these people are. Alana Pierce has to be
Yeah, because I
content creator
do
of the year.
follow Alana. These other people I do not know. It Valkyrie looks like Vidana. What's the name? The Mary J
Uh-huh.
of the new Spider-Man? Or I
Yeah,
don't know.
like Zendaya.
Zendaya, yeah.
Hmm.
Alana Pierce, I follow her. She seems very genuine, dude. I mean, she's cool. I've seen a lot of her stuff. So yeah, I'd go with Alana for sure.
Yeah, she's done this year. She's done a lot. She's been one of the people who's done a lot for the community.
Yeah, she's always popping up on Twitter on the feed. She's always, how do you say it? She's always working on something,
Mhm.
always having something up, always having videos up, having
Mhm.
material. So yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure.
She has a weekly podcast with Troy Baker
Yeah.
and game producer and a game music producer and a game director. So every week they put up a podcast, a really really cool podcast. And I don't know these people, so they're probably the coolest people on earth. But I don't know, and so I gotta give it to Alana. And she's actually going to work on Sony Santa Monica now.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's awesome. That's a dream come true.
All right, so best debut game. We're almost done. Best debut game. I do have a pick on this too.
Mortal
Carry on.
Shell.
Yeah, I was going to pick Mortal Shell.
Carry on.
Phasmophobia.
I've seen that on what's it called, the Game Pass, but I never got a chance to play it.
Yeah. That Carry On is an awesome game, but it is not Mortal Shell. I don't know what this game is. I don't know what this game is. Phasmophobia is an awesome game, but it's still in early access, so it should not be nominated yet. Yeah, and Mortal Shell is AAA quality and made by 40 people. So
That game came out of nowhere, and when I played
mhm.
it, it was like a AAA game, but it was from developers that are not even AAA. Like
Yeah,
very small developers. Well done with that game. Well done.
yeah. And with that, I think we can finish because my headphones are going to die, and we don't give a shit about esports. In fact, I'm just gonna do it random from this point onward.
Okay.
I don't care who these people are. I don't care, but I want to support them. So
Uh-huh.
I'm literally just clicking whatever my cursor is landing. So there you go. That's all for our votes. We cast our votes.
We cast our votes. So yeah, I mean, thank you so much for watching this. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And we're definitely gonna live stream the actual nominee, or I mean, the actual winners, right?
Yeah, on Thursday 10, we have an appointment on Thursday, December 10th, to watch
Mhm.
the Game Awards and talk about the reveals and just get hyped and excited with everybody.
Exactly. And a special shout out to Sergio Go, who's been commenting on our whole show the whole time. Thank you, man. Thank you for your comments. And yes, you get a gold star,
Nice.
whatever that
You get the best audience of the year award.
is. Exactly, dude. So yes, thank you so much. So yeah, once again, like, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell for any other videos that we're going to have up soon. And yeah, so we'll see you on our next streamer video. Thank you very much. Live long, game on.
Game on. I haven't thought out my new catchphrase. Bye.